Hello everyone, welcome to the new class of biology. In today's class, we will discuss the remaining types of the animal tissues that we had mentioned in our previous class. The remaining type of animal tissues include the muscular tissue and the nervous tissue. So let's continue with the topic. So what is a muscular tissue? Muscular tissue is nothing but those tissues which have some long cells are actually muscular tissues, and they are also known as by the name muscle fibers. These tissues mainly help us in the movement of our body. Actually, there are three types of muscular tissues: one striated smooth muscle tissue and cardiac muscle tissue. So there are three types of muscle tissues. So let's see what are their functions and how they help us. Striated muscles, the main this name striated muscle comes because these muscles have actually some black, dark and light color band structure on their surface, or striations on their surface. That's why they are known as striated muscle tissues. Moreover, they are actually present in our limbs, means it is present in our hand, our legs, etc. And also they can be controlled by us, means the moment we decide that we have to move from one place to another place, these muscles help us for that moment. So we can say the muscles which is controlled by us are actually voluntary muscles. So they are actually also known by the name skeletal muscles because these muscles are attached to the skeletal system of our body, and also they help in the movement of our body. So striated muscles are known by various names. They are called by voluntary muscles. They are known as skeletal muscles. They are also known by the name striated muscles itself. Okay, so that's about striated muscle. Next comes the smooth muscle. Smooth muscle is known by this name because the surface of these doesn't have striations and they are actually smooth. They are non-striated actually. Smooth muscles are present in various parts of our body, like in the alimentary canal, means the digestive system, in our blood vessels, in the iris of the eye. Iris, we very well know that it is the colored part of our eye. Then it is also present in the ureter, also in the bronchi of the lungs. Okay, so ureter is the part which is present in kidney. Bronchi of the lungs, it is actually the tube structure which splits into two different structures of the lungs. Smooth muscles are not at all controlled by our body, so they are known as involuntary muscles. Also, they are non-striated. Okay. Cardiac muscle. Cardiac, the name itself is helps us to understand which type of muscle or where this muscle is present. Cardiac means is something related to heart. So the muscle which is present in our heart is known as cardiac muscle. It is also a involuntary muscle. Involuntary muscle means we cannot control the function of this muscle. Also, they are non-striated. So these are the different types of muscular tissues which are found in an animal body, or we can say even in the human body itself. So now let's discuss about the nervous tissue which is found in our body and its function. So what is a nervous tissue? That is the fourth main type of tissue, nervous tissue. The very first type of tissue was epithelial tissue that we had studied. Then came the connective tissue. Now just now we just studied about the uh, muscle tissue, muscular tissue. Now we will study about nervous tissue, which is the last of the type of tissues. Nervous tissue is actually the tissue which is present in the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. Actually, the nerves of these types of tissue are actually known by the name of nerve cells or neurons. Okay, so what are present in the neurons? Neurons are present with the cell body. That cell body is possessed with the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Also, each neuron has a long part which is known as by the name axon. Also, there are some short parts, but they are very much branched. They are known as dendrites. Okay, so how is actually they are connected? They are these nerve fiber or the neuron are actually bound together. They form a nerve system or a nerve, which is bound by a connective tissue. The most interesting fact is that this nerve or whatever the nerve fiber is actually near about 1 meter long in our body. Okay, so this nerve fiber just passes some signals from its body. So this passing of signals helps in the movement of our body, and this helps in the movement of our body from one place to another. We are well aware of the fact that if some hot substance are touched by suppose we are in contact with a hot substance or a cold substance. In case of hot substance, we just take our hands off from the hot substance. That's because our nerve impulse has been given in our body, into our body, that we must not put our hands on that substance. And in case of cold substance, it depends that if we are touching over it, if it is extremely cold, then we will try to remove our hand. Or if it is not extremely that cold, then we will keep our hands on it itself. So the nerve cells or the nervous tissue and the muscular tissue, both of them combinedly are helpful for the movement of an animal, whichever animal it is. For the movement of that animal, the nervous tissue and the muscular tissue are very much important. So this combination actually helps in the process of stimuli. It's nothing but the process which I had said just before. You touch a hot substance, you just take your hands off from that. That process is actually the response to a stimuli. Means a sudden action. I would like to say that it means it is a sudden action. Suppose a ball is coming towards you. It is coming in a high speed towards you. So you will try either to catch that ball if you are seeing it, or you will try to get away from the direction of the ball if you cannot catch it. So that happens because of the stimuli that has been injected deep inside you by the nerve impulses. Okay, so that's all about the class and also about the chapter. This is the end of the chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.